Going into this course, I would say that I had a fairly minimal and professional digital presence. Beyond some Facebook use with friends and family, I wasn't really active online outside of what I needed for work. A big part of that was intentional. When I became a teacher, I made a conscious decision to tighten up my online presence. In terms of my original plan for MALAT 521, I think I actually stayed pretty consistent with it. I wanted to keep a professional tone and use reflection to guide my thinking. And I do feel like I followed through on that. There are a few small adjustments along the way, but nothing that really shifted my overall direction. As I moved through the course, I definitely became more engaged, especially through blogging. I found that I started to use both the readings and the blog as a space for reflection, not just completing the assignments. The reflective blogging turned out to be probably one of the most successful strategies for myself, as I found that it really helped organize my thoughts and retain more information from the readings. I also found that as I went through some of my peers' blogs and receiving some feedback along the way, those two things really helped build my confidence and sort of reassured me that I was on the right track. My blog posts ended up leaning more towards my own teaching experiences than I had originally anticipated, which actually made the writing feel a little more authentic and easier to connect back to the course material. I think one of the biggest things I learned through this process is just how powerful reflection really is. I just didn't really expect it to come from such a central part of this experience. Looking back throughout my life, I seem to have had many patches of different types of reflective periods, but when I became a teacher and life got busier, I sort of lost touch with some of that reflective practice. And this course reminded me how much I genuinely enjoy reflecting and writing. I also realized that everyone in the course had different strengths and stretches, and we're all kind of sort of figuring things out as we move through each step. As I realized this, it really helped reduce that initial feeling of imposter syndrome. I also learned how to use AI more effectively as a support tool. This is more of a personal goal for myself, especially as a multimedia teacher. I'd like to develop strong strategies for using AI in a meaningful way so that I can pass that knowledge on to my students and help expand their learning. Moving forward, I'll probably continue exploring AI thoughtfully and consider how I can, use it in the classroom and integrate it into student assignments as a learning tool. Looking ahead, I'm excited to continue blogging and reflecting beyond this course. I'd also like to be more intentional about how I show up online, especially in terms of giving useful feedback to my peers. I hope to continue to push myself slightly outside my comfort zone when it comes to sharing and collaborating, while still maintaining those professional boundaries that are important to me. I'd have to say that my understanding of digital identity also shifted. I now see it as something that develops over time through participation rather than being something that's static. And so overall, I'd say that my biggest takeaway from this experience is that digital identity for me isn't just about having an online presence. It's more about supporting growth and widening perspectives, both professionally and personally, through reflection and connection.